Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Love the CD.
Oh my gosh, thanks so much. I'm really proud of it. It's I finally, like, it's good to just get it out there so that people can hear all the fun, goofy stuff that we do in our show. If you don't stay up that late and watch our show.
Boy, you're
Bob
Dylan, Charles in Charge. I think is my favorite track. I love that.
I don't know if you saw when we did it on the show, but we actually shot it like that Pennebaker documentary.
Oh, no
so
kidding!
It's black and white, and I'm wearing like this, the Spanish boots,
Sure.
and the suit and the old Ray-Ban sunglasses, and you should check it out because our director did a great job. Like we don't really have a budget, but we have computer trickery that we can make it look like film, and we just did that one take live in front of the audience.
You guys really go for it, Jimmy. I mean, nothing is left to chance. In fact, that's why I like it when you do the hosting. I don't know if you're going to do much more of that, like the movie awards and stuff. I mean, you go for it on all the levels, not just a voice thing, but there's always the production value to go along with it.
I appreciate that. It's weird. I was just talking to somebody about it yesterday. They were like, "Who have you met that was really intimidating?" And I was like, I remember when I did the MTV Awards. I was hosting the MTV Award show, and the idea was I'm just going to do a bunch of impressions, and then I needed a way to get out. And I go, maybe the way to get out is I'm exhausted, and I hear like, "Get up," and I go, "Who is that?" And they go, "Get up," and I go, "Who's saying that?" And then James Brown walks out and he goes, "Get up!" And so I was like, I wonder if we can get James Brown. And so this guy, Tom Calderone, I'll never forget his name, from MTV, flies to James Brown's house and talks to him and convinces him to come on the show. So he comes back and he goes, "Here's the deal." He's like, "You can't call him Mr. Brown. You can't call him James. You can't call him Jimmy. You have to call him Mr. James Brown, or he's going to walk."
Oh, ridiculous.
My gosh, I'm freaking out. I go, "This is insane." So I go to I'm going to rehearsal, and Mr. James Brown lands, and he comes in his dressing room. We got everything set up for him, and whatever he needs, waters and juices and fresh squeezed juice and whatever he needs and all this stuff. And I go in, I go, "Hello, Mr. James Brown." He goes, "Call me James." First thing out of his mouth. He's like, "Oh, okay, what am I worried about? This guy's awesome."
God, all of your impersonations are so right on, man. It's incredible. Bob Dylan and literally everything that you do, Neil Young, they're so right on. And as we've been saying, you have the look, you got the music, and you got the ability. You've been playing guitar, since you were 13? You're a great guitar player. You get all the working.
Thank you, man. I just noodle around. I've been playing since I was 13. I'm not, great or all that stuff, but we play around up here. It's like, and I have these impressions in my head, but and a lot of people do, but you don't know what to do with them. So I really have to give credit to our writers, because I don't know, I do David Bowie, but why would I do it now?
Right.
There's no real reason. So one of the writers comes in and goes, "Hey, what if Tim Tebow and David Bowie became one human?" And so we created T-Bowie. So now we have Tebow, and it's like, Tim Tebow to Jesus Christ. And you're just rocking, and you're just doing that out, and you're dressed like Ziggy Stardust, but in a Broncos outfit, which is, soon to be Jets outfit. But
see, that you're absolutely right, because a lot of people that can do impersonations, it's like, okay, they have to get the voice down, but the content just isn't there. And you're right, this is such a creative blend.
It's like when you do Neil Young, it's like everyone can probably have a Neil Young impression, but it's like, why? Why are you doing Neil Young? It's like, well, on our show, we can just goof around. So like, Neil Young should be singing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. Or he should be, I remember I called up Springsteen, and because he was coming on the show, and I had to pitch him this idea.
Nice name drop, Jimmy, by the way. That was awesome.
Thank you, yeah. Not Bruce Springsteen, John Springsteen.
Yeah. These are big ones, man. Springsteen, McCartney.
It's the biggest thing, man. It's like, Paul McCartney is on this record. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. But I got through the manager. They said, Bruce would like to talk to you. So I talked to Bruce, and I said, I have this idea. I do an impression of Neil Young on our show. And he goes, "Yeah, see, it's very funny."
Oh, man.
I go, okay. I go, good. I go, first of all, so I'm freaking out that he even knows that. And I go, well, I have an idea of, like, Neil Young singing a version of Willow Smith's "Whip My Hair." Now, Willow Smith is Will Smith's daughter, and she has this song that goes like, I whip my hair back and forth, I whip my hair back and forth. And I go, but if I do it as Neil, I'll be like, whip my hair back and forth. You know, and it's like kind of a haunting, the beautiful version of that. So he goes, I am not familiar with that song. I'm gonna record it the way I think it should sound, and I'm gonna send it over to you. So I recorded it on my iPhone. I just did like Neil, and like like whip my hair back and forth, and then I do Bruce. You gotta go like, you gotta whip your hair. And so I sent it to him, and he freaked out. He loved it. He goes, I'm in. He goes, but I have one suggestion. I have one idea. And I go, oh yeah, whatever. He goes, I want to dress like me in the 70s. And I couldn't even believe that
How cool.
he is saying this to me. He's pitching me an idea, and I'm like, this guy is the coolest guy on earth. I'm like, you want to wear a wig and a beard? And he goes, just give me like a floppy hat, and I'll bring my own sunglasses from the Born to Run tour.
Man,
I mean, like these are glasses that could be in a museum. You know, it's like, okay,
man.
Everybody adds these bits. Weren't you pitching McCartney, and he sort of jumped in on it too?
Yeah, well, I pitched McCartney because I didn't even want to sing a duet with him. I pitched it as just him singing a song and scoring. I went up to him. He was in the dressing room for Saturday Night Live, and they were. He was a musical guest on the show that weekend, and he was coming out as our show as a guest. And I don't know if you've talked to him, but he's the nicest human. He's just so nice to everybody. And so I said, hey, Paul, and he goes, hey, Jimmy, we'll have fun tonight. We'll have fun. I go, yeah. I go, I just want to go over what we're going to do on the show. He goes, let's just have a fun chat. Well, he talks like a Beatle. He is a Beatle.
Yeah.
So I go, well, yeah. I go, also, I wrote this sketch. It's called Scrambled Eggs. It's based on when you wrote Yesterday, and so I don't know if you guys know the story, but do you know the story about Yesterday?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Scrambled Eggs.
When he originally wrote it, he was just thinking of the idea of the tune of the song, and so he wanted to remember the tune and the cadence. So he wrote down Scrambled Eggs. Oh my lady, how I love your legs. And then he went to sleep. The next day, he wrote the words to Yesterday. So I said, would it be funny if you finished the whole song? The whole song was written about scrambled eggs and like different types of food. And so he goes, well, just sing it for me. And I was like, I got to sing for Paul McCartney. This is the craziest thing. I'm sweating, flop sweat. Jesus. I go, I don't know what is going on. So I go like, scrambled eggs. Oh, my lady, how I love your legs, but not as much as I love scrambled eggs. Oh, have you tried scrambled eggs? Cut to his head is over my shoulder, reading the words. He's like, waffle fries. And like he's laughing, and he's really. And I go, oh my. So would you want to do it? He goes, only if you do it with me.
Oh man!
God!
And I froze up. I tensed up. I ran down to the writers. I'm like, he wants to do a duet, and they're like, what? I swear I didn't plan this. I don't know what's going on. Like, what do we do?
How do you handle this?
It's one of those things that just kind of happened.
How do you? That's the thing I don't. For the nerves alone, all these incredible stars you're with, like Mick Jagger, another one, that great mirror routine with him. I don't know how you handle the nerves of this stuff, man. I would be a wreck. I'd be on the toilet with the explosive diarrhea. I wouldn't be able to do it.
But you're normally on the toilet with explosive diarrhea. You explain to the audience.
Yeah, well,
very true.
You have horrible bowel syndrome.
Yeah.
But I you know what I do is the truth is I go, let's just try to do this and just get out of the way and just make sure it works, and then you can enjoy it after the fact.
Oh, well, Jimmy, isn't a lot of that Saturday Night Live training where you're putting your ass on the line every week, pitching these things, and trying to get people to jump in and love them, and of course, if you've been rejected enough, you can take another rejection, right?
Oh yeah, no, I don't care. I mean, honestly, you could easily say no. I mean, I'm one of those guys. If I see you on the street, if you're a famous celebrity, or if you're someone, if I see Bob Dylan on the street, I'm not going to go, "Hey, please come on my show." I just go, "Hey, Bob, how you doing?" It's like if Bob Dylan wants to come on the show, he comes on the show. I don't want to guilt anyone into coming on. I want you to come on and have fun and have a good time, and that's what our show's about. It's about like everyone just going like, yeah, we're all in this. This should be a fun business. This is like, I'm entertaining people, and that's what we're all in this business to do. So I want you to score, and I want you to do it. And if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do anything.
Hey, Jimmy, we're fans of some of your most obscure stuff. First of all, I don't know if you remember this, but you had done Leatherman a couple weeks before you talked to us. This is going back a few years, and we were like, Jimmy, we love Leatherman, and you said, oh my God, you're like the only people that like it, and we were like, Jimmy, it's great, and you went in and you must have pitched it the same day or something because you were like the third skit that week.
We were so jacked.
No, that's right. No, I remember this because the origin behind that sketch is it was written for Ben Stiller, and he didn't want to do it.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and
really?
so I said, so people that don't know the sketch, it's about a guy who works in a leather shop, and he wears so much leather that every time he moves, it creaks so loud you can't hear his voice.
Yeah, it's damn funny.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life when that thing first aired. And then it went away. We never saw it anymore, until we talked to you.
Yeah, no, we did it like 3 times. But after you guys must have helped it out because
no, we didn't.
I love leather.
Because when we talked to you about it, then you did it. We were so thrilled. It was like, oh my God.
I'll give you a little bit more trivia about that too. Higgins, who's our sidekick on our show right now, late night.
Sure.
He's also a producer on Saturday Night Live, and he is making the leather noises. What he really is doing, he's rubbing a balloon into a microphone. And that's the truth. That's what makes the leather sound.
What great trivia.
It totally works, Jimmy.
Great trivia. Wow.
By the way, did anybody turn you down? Did you pitch any of these songs to somebody who just said, oh, man, that's stupid. I can't do that?
Well, Eddie Vedder, who actually is on the album, he said no. He said no at first. I asked him to sing a song called "Balls in Your Mouth," and he's standing there with his shorts and the plaid shirt and the long hair, and he's just a rock star. And he goes, "No thanks." And I go, what? I go, well, let me. Can I explain the song to you? And I go, it's a protest song about the BP oil spill and how like all these tar balls are being, showing up on the beach in the South. And so what we're warning people is don't swim in the ocean because you'll get balls in your mouth. And so he goes, again, no thanks. So then I go, okay, no problem. So then I go, well, just watch rehearsal, just see what I think you should do. I said, if you hide behind the camera here and then swing around at this one point and just put your face right in the lens, I'm sure the crowd's just going to go nuts. And so I did it in rehearsal. And he starts laughing. He's like, I'm in. This is great. I'm totally in. And he did it. And it was, the audience went bonkers when he turned around because no one had any idea he was even in the studio when we started to sing the song. And then he just surprised everybody and everyone went crazy.
Oh, wow.
Man, how cool that you didn't even have to really do a lot of production for this. A lot of this stuff was just done in the show or in rehearsal and boom, just put it on the CD, right?
Well, it is, but it's like, it's a lot of clearances and getting permission. Like the Justin Timberlake History of Rap, I think is like 15 songs. It's probably the most expensive song in the history of the world.
Oh, God.
It's just crazy getting all these stuff, and the fact that these people agreed to do it and gave us permission and all this stuff. It's something that I don't know if it could ever happen again. I mean, it's one of these things where like, wow, we really lucked out on this one.
Does this thing have a charity angle? Is that how you got them all to agree so easily?
They're all doing this for the Jimmy Fallon Pizza Fund.
Okay.
Talk about Jimmy Fallon.
Hey, Ted Williams. Why isn't Ted on there? You couldn't get clearance for him?
No, we couldn't get Ted on there. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, man.
Speaking of,
but I mean, honestly, I don't. This is all going to go to like NBC and Warner Brothers. I don't see. They all own this stuff, like from the show. I don't own any of this stuff.
Oh, God.
I don't produce the show yet, but in the future, I will. I just want to get this out so that people can hear it and they can. If you don't stay up that late, you go. This is a comedy album with like really giant stars on it, being silly and just having fun, and I think it's just a cool thing that should be out in the world.
Wait, I don't want to get hung up on the money here, but Jimmy, are you telling us that you don't make anything out of this?
I honestly gonna say I probably make. I mean, I don't even want to put a number on it, but it's low. It's basically nothing. This is more of a.
I know you don't care, but I mean, it just seems ridiculous.
I don't need the money, but it's more like a publicity thing for our show and to get people to know that we're doing good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason that I'm doing it. I don't even know if you can make money in selling records anymore, to be really honest.
Well, God, you look at the number 1 or number 2 CD of the week, and it's 100,000 copies, which is a tenth of what it used to be. By the way, do you know how many copies you've sold or downloads?
I want to say we're at 5 right now. We're looking to get. If we can break 10, that'd be really fun.
This thing's got to be.
I don't know. I don't really know any numbers yet. I'm looking on iTunes, and we're number 12, which is very exciting for me because if we break the top 10, that means we beat One Direction. That's all I want to do.
Have you had those twits on your show yet?
No, I haven't had them. They were on Saturday Night Live, and I don't even really know much about them yet. I know they're a boy band, but that's about it.
God, they grab their crotches too. Oh my God, it's horrible.
Man. Horrible. Well, you'll break the top 10 easy. There's no question about it. Is there anybody that you've wanted to impersonate musically that you haven't quite been able to find the range in your voice or anything that's been driving you nuts, or is pretty much do whatever you want to do, you pretty much got it. You can find it.
No, I mean, like, the older I'm getting, the less women I can do, which is unfortunate, because I used to be able to do Alanis Morissette. That was one of my impressions I used to do, and I got to talk to her on Saturday Night Live, and she's super cool, and that was one of my first impressions, or not my first impression, but first impression on Saturday Night Live that got attention is I did Alanis Morissette, and so it's just tough for me to get in that range, but maybe after a couple of drinks, I can probably get up there.
Hey, I told you we like your really obscure stuff. I think you'd done the Bee Gees thing once, maybe at the very end of the show, and we were nuts about it. We used to replay it over and over in the studio here, and Mike in particular would laugh his ass off.
Oh my God, I never laughed so hard. Well, the leather store was the hardest I laughed until the Barry Gibb show, and oh my God, it's what. Not only is it the perfect, flawless execution between you and Timberlake that's just unbelievable, but also it's the things you do with your feet when you get up and you're dancing and you've got that crazy foot motion going on.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Well, the whole thing makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. But it's really funny.
I mean, it's just...
One, it's the Bee Gees dressed like they're in the 70s.
Right.
Yeah.
They're having guests on from today.
Right.
And then it's a political talk show, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then the fifth thing is that he gets really angry.
Yeah, and he's not like that at all, is he?
No, he's the nicest. Yeah. Based on nothing.
Yeah, just absolutely livid. And then trying to dance in that small little area, and then you got your boots cocked in all crazy, and just...
Yeah, no, and then he gets really crazy. He says, like, crazy nutball stuff, where he's like, I want to put a bottle in you and kick it till it breaks. That doesn't even make any sense. That's like a lunatic talking.
You and Timberlake,
oh my God.
What is it about Justin? I mean, did you know the first time you guys hung out that there was some good collaborative possibilities there? Because it really worked out well for you guys, both of you.
Yeah, when he did SNL the first time, we did a couple sketches together. I think it was Barry Gibb was the last one of the show, and that was the one that kind of got like I mean, the internet was around, but it was just kind of growing at that point. It wasn't the thing it is today, but everyone started talking about Barry Gibb Talk Show, and he was like that, and that was something that Justin really wanted to keep in the show because it didn't really score that hard in dress rehearsal, but on air. It killed, and so they played at the end of the show, and that was really him that kept that sketch into the show. It was one of his choices.
It's funny how those things are so close to being dead almost. In fact, when you did that, did some people go, "Oh man, that sucks. You can't do that." Yeah,
well, dress rehearsal, the audience said it.
Oh, really?
The audience said it sucked.
Why do you think the discrepancy there between? I mean, either way, it's people. I mean, that's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Well, it's different crowds are different crowds. It's like sometimes they're into some joke and sometimes they're not, and sometimes the adrenaline's just flowing on the performer, and it's just a better show. And you go, so I think on that, like the stars aligned for that one. Like I would say the same thing for Cowbell. Cowbell wasn't that funny in dress rehearsal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no kidding.
Well,
I mean, I wish they could. We probably have it somewhere. We could re-show it, but it kind of tanked, and it was just there was no really goofing around or anyone having fun. It was just kind of it was kind of hectic, and people flubbed their lines, and the audience wasn't into it. But then on air, Will Ferrell wore this tinier shirt so that his gut would come out when he's hitting the cowbell, and then we all just lost it, and we just started having fun, and Christopher Walken was nailing every single delivery of his line, and we just ended up having one of my favorite sketches we've ever done.
Wow, that's really saying something.
Hey, did you know you could nail Bieber right away the first time you saw him perform, or was there some point in time where you said, I think I can do that guy?
Well, when I look in the mirror, I see Justin Bieber. It's not hard. It's not hard for me. No, I just figured anything in that wig. I don't know what to do with that guy. He just way he dances or something, or his notes are kind of hard to hit too.
He can't dance. That's the funny thing is he's always got all these big productions around him, but apparently they just cannot teach him any dance steps. Really, the most thing he does is grab his heart, and now he's grabbing his crotch as they're trying to move him into the adult arena.
He's just different things. He picks different things to grab.
Yeah.
I wonder how they
dance at all, however.
I wonder how they graduated that crotch grab. There was some point in time where I said, it's time for the crotch grab, Justin.
Yeah, and we were
that's it. You got to go for the crotch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, go for the crotch grab.
And the thing of it is, he looks so babyish that he looks like he has to go to the bathroom more than anything.
That's what I thought because he jumped and grabbed his crotch, which looked so stupid. That was weird.
Because he's so young looking. It's just like somebody take little Justin to the bathroom.
That's hilarious. No, yeah, it's like those things just happen. Like we have so much time to fill and so many shows to do. You just end up like going like, I don't know if I have an impression of Robert Pattinson, but let's give me a wig and I'll just try it.
I love him.
And then you're just going like, I'll do that, just doing whatever you want to do, and it's like those things just they write themselves, and you just you work with it, and you just get real lucky, and that's what we've been doing.
God, you have a riot, don't you? You're really having a ball, man. You're having a ball.
I'm having the best time. I really am. I'm having the best time, and it's fun promoting a record album because it's like you never think as a comedian you're going to put out a comedy record, and I just love comedy records. So it's like when I get a chance to promote it or talk about it, I'm psyched because I'm really proud of it, and I think people should listen to this.
Well, hey,
definitely,
Jimmy, congratulations. We appreciate all the time, and I know we're probably going way over. I just want to ask you real quick if what it's like doing a bit with the president. Is that weird? Is that a lot of pressure?
Yeah, that's another thing. You're like, I can't believe this is happening, but you get the call from the White House, and they say, the president would like to do a sketch with you. Would you want to write this thing about his initiative? He didn't want Congress to raise interest rates on student loans. Was his thing. So I said, okay, I'll work on something. I go, or do you want to just do a whole show from the college campus? And they're like, well, let me call you back. So then they call us back and they go, he's in. He wants to do it, but you can't tell anybody that he said yes because they'll screw up the whole thing, Jimmy. Don't tell anybody. We got to sweep the place, Secret Service and all. I go, okay. And so his code name around the office was Bieber. I'm serious.
I love him.
All right, is Bieber coming? Yes. Bieber's arriving at 2:30. Then Bieber. So I meet the President of the United States and I go, thank you so much for doing this. And he says, are you guys still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So I'm sorry. So I meet the president, and he comes up and he goes, we're gonna slow jam. We're gonna slow jam the news. I go, yeah. I go, well, it's a thing we do on our show with Brian Williams. He goes, oh, I know how to slow jam.
Wow. No kidding.
So he's seen the bit before, and I couldn't believe it.
Damn.
And then we're going in rehearsal, and he's very, very funny. He's got great comedy timing, the president does, and he's very presidential as well. Well, he's the president. But anyways, it's so. And if you're sitting there watching him do this, and you go, "This is great." And at the end, normally Brian Williams goes, "Oh yeah," it's like an R&B version of the news, and you go, "Oh," but the president goes, "Oh yeah." I go, oh, come on, can't you give me a little spice? Can't you give me a little something? He's like, no, that's all I can give you. But then after he does the slow jam, and he's amazing, he takes the mic and he drops it like Eminem in 8 Mile.
Yeah.
And he goes, we go to commercial break, and he goes, did you see me drop the mic there? I go, yeah, I did. He goes, I improvised it.
Oh my God!
It was unbelievable. It was really, really amazing.
I heard you tell that story on it was like ET or something yesterday, and I was thinking, is he sort of a nerd?
No, he's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean it like in a totally horrible way, but just the way he told the story, it was kind of funny because it was very obvious he really wanted you to know that he got that thing off 8 Mile and dropped the mic. It sounded funny.
It was more endearing than I say. Yeah, maybe a little nerdish, but it's very endearing. Like, he likes, I think everyone likes to be funny, and if you can be funny, you feel good about it.
Sure. Well, hey, Jimmy, congrats on the show. It's really, you guys have come a long way. The show is just really, it seems like you've found the zeitgeist or whatever that word is. Really is rocking for you.
You guys are awesome, and thanks for having me on. I really, really appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. Keep it up.
You bet, and we love the CD, and we'll keep playing it.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Man. See you, Jimmy.
Leatherman.
Always. See you, man.
I love you. I love you.
25 minutes with Jimmy Fallon?
I couldn't believe it. Just kept going and going. I kept thinking, wow, how are we getting away with this?
Somebody's pissing and moaning over there.
Oh, yeah. That's all right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear any touchdown. I
know. What did somebody's getting skipped, or are 4 people being asked to do 2 minutes now?
Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about it.
You want to see Vetter popping out?
Yeah, sure.
Because I didn't know that part of the story about how he didn't want to do it. And then he just pops his head out. So there's Jimmy singing and going into the audience.
In rehearsal, right?
No, this is the actual show.
Oh, okay.
Because in rehearsal, Eddie didn't want to do it. Then he saw
But
it.
he told him to pop out if he dug it.
I don't think he liked the title so much. Balls in your mouth.
Of course. Trying to get the audience to sing Jimmy.
I love him.
Yeah, Vetter's digging it, man.
Oh, what a powerful voice on Eddie.
Yeah, he was singing on key and everything, man. He's blowing out.
He's all over it. Now you can't get him to stop.
Jimmy's got some great recurring bits, too. The one on the Jersey Shore, where they play the characters from the Jersey Shore. Is he all the characters? He's some of them. He's all bronze. I
What
think
a
he's the
talent,
Pauly
man.
D. And then they did Downton 6B, which is a parody of Downton Abbey, but 6B's the studio they're in. It's dead on.
There's no end to it, man. The guy's just...
Well, it
love
seems
him.
like he'll try anything,
Floors.
Yeah.
and some of it sticks. Some of it doesn't.
Yeah.
I remember when they first started out, a lot of the stuff wasn't working out real well.
No.
But he hits it eventually. He knows what funny is.
Oh,
That's what I think. You can count on with a guy like him is when something really is good, he'll know it.
Oh,
He certainly can perform it. He's not going to blow the execution part.
No, that's for damn
Here are
sure.
the pictures for the Jersey floor. There he is. Jimmy's up in the upper left.
Is Pauly D?
Rachel Dratch is Snooki.
Boy, that was great. Jimmy Fallon. Blow your pants off. You've probably heard the whole thing by now.
Yeah.
It's great. You love it. We love it. What could be better?
That's right.
Thanks to Jimmy for giving us all that great time, and we apologize to all the people who lost time or did not get to talk to Jimmy because we ate up all their time today. So sorry.
Yeah. Hey, it's happened to us. They've done it to us, too. So
Many times.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon on the riff.
New boy in the neighborhood lives downstairs and is understood. He's just there to take good care of me like he's one of the family. Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights. Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights. Now I want Charles in charge of me. I want Charles in charge of me. Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights. Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights. I want Charles in charge of me. Now I want Charles in charge of me.
Yeah. From Jimmy Fallon, Blow Your Pants Off, Charles in Charge, and of course, Bob Dylan. And don't we all want Charles in charge of us? I want Charles in charge of me. How absurd to want Charles in charge of you. I can't think of a moment when I wanted Charles in charge of me. But Bob Dylan, sounds great, man. What do you say, one more off this?
Oh, hell yeah.
There's one that will
always
fit just perfectly. And it is the most annoying song possibly of all time. Actually brought death threats to some annoying young lady.
I am waking up in the morning. Gotta be fresh.
Jimmy Fallon and Colbert.
Gotta have my bowl, gotta have my cereal. Seeing everything, time is a-going. Ticking on and on, everybody's rushing. Gotta get down to the bus stop. Gotta catch my bus, I see my friend. Kicking in the front seat, sitting in the back seat. Gotta make my mind up, which seat can I take? It's Friday, Friday, we'll run down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend. Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, partying, yeah. Partying, partying, yeah. Fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
So chilling in the back seat, in the front seat, I'm driving, cruising, fast lanes, switching lanes, with a car off on my side. Woo, there's somebody in the school bus in front of me. Make tick-tock, tick-tock, wanna scream. Take the time, it's Friday, it's a weekend, we're gonna have fun.
Yesterday was Thursday, Thursday. Today, yeah, it's Friday, Friday. We so excited, we so excited. We're gonna have a whole day. Tomorrow is Saturday, and Sunday comes afterwards. I don't want this weekend to end. Ladies and gentlemen, Keller, hit! Friday, getting down on Friday. Looking for the weekend, and we know it's Friday, Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking for the weekend, weekend. Party and party, party and party. Fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking for the weekend, weekend. Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Party, party, yeah. Party and party, yeah. Fun, 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 fun.
I love him. I love him.
Yeah, boy. Jimmy Fallon, Blow Your Pants Off, 101 WRIF. And I think we can safely say that Jimmy had a good time today. 25 minutes? We're supposed to talk for 10? I guess we went over. But he had a great time. We're starting to try to analyze those interview subjects that do have a good time, as we used to. Give ourselves that pat in the back. And definitely we got a big one today. He had a great time.
He had a good time.
No way around it.
That's why he went forever.
It's 7:41 Friday morning.